Welcome to Super Squad D, where the D stands for Deep Space. So this week, breaking news, the president of the entertainment section of Fox said that he would be open to a Firefly revival on television.
Yippee! Now this comes with a big catch though, as obviously Fox has not been too excited about this idea in the past since they, canceled the show to begin with. But he said he would be open to it if Joss Whedon is on board.
But you can't really have Firefly anyway without Joss Whedon.
Absolutely not. This poses a major issue, of course, because Whedon at this point has moved on from TV. Sure, he has his hand in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. every now and then, that sort of thing, but he's a movie guy now. Can Fox make it enticing enough for him to come back?
And the actors themselves have also moved on.
Right.
You have a lot of actors, like Nathan Fillion has done a lot of other stuff and has moved on. And a lot of the other actors from the show, Alan Tudyk is on Powerless. Other actors have commitments to other shows now, well beyond Firefly.
Of course, at this point, there is a growing trend in renewing shows for a little mini-series run, and that could be enticing to a lot of the actors that were involved to come back for that sort of thing. And let's not forget, spoiler alert, that in Serenity, Wash died.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, Alan Tudyk could play a very convincing ghost.
And of course, on a much more serious note, Ron Glass, who played Shepherd Book, passed away in the past year.
So right out of the gate, there's a lot of problems with the potential of Firefly coming back. One thing that I find interesting is there was no specification about whether or not this would be a reboot or just a relaunch, a continuation of the story. So if they did a reboot, how would you guys feel about all the roles being recast? It might allow for a story to go on longer, but I really don't want these characters recast personally. What about you?
The actors that played the characters, that's what made the show. And we already had an episode in the show that explained how the characters all got onto the ship to begin with.
Yeah.
So you can't really reboot it as like a younger version of those characters. It doesn't really work that well. So it really seems like if they want to bring the show back, it has to be something other than a reboot.
A trend in recent years has been when they bring back shows to have them as somewhat spin-off characters and to have the original cast show up for an episode or two. We've seen that in shows like Limitless, Fuller House, and other shows that have gotten revivals after all these years. You have the original cast who will come back on occasion, but really it allows for a new generation of fans and a new generation of actors to portray new roles on the series as opposed to a complete reboot.
Let's not ignore the fact that Joss Whedon helped create and develop Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is a show that takes place in a grander universe. Who's to say he wouldn't have a hand in creating a brand new sci-fi western in the same universe as Firefly?
I think at this point, really, it comes down to availability of Joss Whedon and some of the actors. But honestly, if they want to do this show, it can be done. It's very doable. There's still plenty of stories left to tell. We all know the show ended tragically too early. I'm super excited. This is the first light at the end of the tunnel we've heard in a decade about this show.
Serenity as a movie seems to have given us a pretty good wrap-up on the storyline involving Mal and the crew of the ship. So it just makes sense that if they were to bring back Firefly as a TV show, they would go a brand new direction with it. And if Joss Whedon is on board with that and can create a show that is in the same universe but with new characters and it's still the Western thing, I don't often get excited about things like this, but this is a project that I think could be done really, really well.
At the end of the day, I'm super hype about the possibility of this show coming back. So what I'd like to know from you guys down in the comments, what would you like to see? Do you want to see a reboot? Or do you want to see a relaunch in the same universe as a continuation of the story?
Click the button below to subscribe to the channel because we give stuff away all the time. You don't want to miss any of that.
All the time.
And guess what? We're about to give something away right now.
Boom! Starman Omnibus.
All week, people that have subscribed to the channel and commented on our videos have been entered in to win this. And it is time to announce the winner.
Boom! You did it! You won the Starman Omnibus!
You entered like a champion today.
And you finished like a winner. What was that?
So once again, click that button to subscribe to the channel.
And we'll see you on Tuesday at 8 Central for our live show and giveaway galore.
Woo! That's Tyler.
That's Joseph,
And this is Super Squad D.
where the D stands for
Devious.
Deep Space.
Oh, that's
It's
right.
still Deep Space.
It hasn't changed.
Really?
It hasn't changed.
Not in the past 3 minutes.
Yippee!